time no seen. Oh my god, I haven't made a video in ages. What I want to show you today is one of my newest designs, the GLERBROT blanket. Whoop! Isn't it nice? I really like it. I published this like a month and a half ago. Coco, lát ekki svona. And so, while this is just a basic mosaic crochet design, but I did add some extra color splashes in here. These here, you see the little bits of extra color. So I'm using two new techniques in combination with the mosaic crochet in this one. So this one here is the tapestry crochet method. The dog is going crazy, but that's okay. Mixed with mosaic. And then also Intarsia, which is this here when you have these little splashes of color. And I don't really actually like these methods very much. That's why I like the mosaic crochet, because it's just one color per row. But for these here extra oomph, I think it is so worth it. So today I'm going to show you the Intarsia bit, which are these little splashes of color here. And then in the next video I'm going to show you I always mix this up, sorry. Yeah, that's the Intarsia and this is the tapestry. Just to show you before we get started, you definitely can do it this is just a basic mosaic crochet design. So you can do it just in two colors as well, and you don't need these for the GLERBROT blanket. Now, since I'm doing the video today, I am very pleased with myself, so I think I'm gonna add a little discount once I publish this, sort of like a 25% discount on this pattern, to celebrate the fact that I'm finally making videos. And woo, look how nice it is. Oh, I love it. Oops. And here's the backside you're always asking. And here are my eyes. So, let's go. Today it is the Intarsia, the little splashes of color, and it's super easy. 30 minutes and we're all good. Let's go. Okay, and off we go. So, I'm going to show you just a little sample of how we make one diamond here with the extra splash of color, right? So I've started here a little sample. It's 21 stitches, just the pattern one of the pattern. The pattern is available in Ravelry, like all my patterns, and then add the border stitches. So total here of 23 stitches, and it's not even a full repeat of pattern one. I just did these first 21 stitches of the pattern plus the border stitches, okay? So I'm using the Saga wool from Icewear yarn, which I used for the blanket as well, and a 4mm hook. Now for the color splash bit, I think it's nicer with this Intarsia. It's that you don't have to have the whole ball hanging from the blanket, yeah? So for these medium-sized diamonds, I've estimated, and I just remember from when I was doing that, you need for the color splash, you need like approximately 150 centimeters of this color. That's about 60 inches, give or take. It's not, but so I just have this color here. And so what you are doing with the Intarsia when you mix it with mosaic is that you're always just working like most of the pattern is just normal mosaic. So then you're just working with two colors like I'm doing here, always from left to right, no, from right to left, okay? But then there are, when you do the little color splashes, then you are adding a second color, or even for one row, you could have multiple colors if you're doing different types of color splashes in that row. But we're just going to do it obviously with one here, not to scare you guys. So then you have two colors sometimes in your color A rows, okay? So what you do is you just work normally here up until the point where, sorry, my my computer went off there. Up until the point where you want your new color in, okay? So what we do here now is the first color splash color is going to come in here because we want the diamond. Okay, I'm going to get the blanket just to show you how it looks on these here. I need the computer. I'll just look at the blanket. So to show you what we're doing here, like this one here. So I'm just going to do exactly this bit here, right? So here we have these little color splashes filling in the diamonds, okay? So you just work normally up to the point where you're supposed to start your new color here, okay? And that is up to where I am now, and we can count the rows if that's easier. So it's the 2 foundation rows. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I'm on the 11th row here, including the 2 foundation rows, okay? So when you get to the part where you want the what's it called, the color pop to come in, you see here, the color pop is going to be here, the first one. And so 2 stitches before, I'm going to introduce my new color, okay? So this one here is a single crochet. So I'm just going to work that normally, the start of it. Like so, okay? And then I'm going to finish it off with the new color. I already cut my yarn here, so it's like 150 centimeters. And so I'm going to finish this stitch here off, just doing a normal single crochet. And instead of finishing it with the gray, I'm going to finish it with the brown. And you see then it just pops up at the right place. Okay, and what we want to do now is we want to carry the gray with us, because the gray is going to continue here on the other side, okay? So we are now going to do 1 single crochet here with the, I'm just going to let this end lie here. We'll work over that later. And I'm going to do 1 single crochet here around the gray, just on the back, so that we're carrying it, right? Like so, 1 single crochet with the new color, and then we do our 1 double crochet down here. And when we're doing the double crochet, we can't work around the yarn, so but it's just 1 stitch, so we'll just let it lie here on the back. And then we do another single crochet here in the pop-up color, and again working around the gray because we want that to be at the right spot. And now we're going to finish this here with the gray. Okay, so now after doing 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, and half of this single crochet, then we're going to take the gray again and finish with that one like this. Yeah, okay, and just tidy pull at this here, and then you just let this band here lie on the back side. Okay, and now the rest of the row is just normal. I usually like to work the first single crochet here after changing it back to the gray around this brown here, just to secure it so it's like nice and tight, right? Okay, and then I just let it go to the back. And now I am doing what? 4 double crochets. And you know, just the rest of the row really is just very basic and nothing happening, just basic mosaic crochet. So that's really what I think makes it worth it, because I should stop talking about how much I dislike this method. Not very encouraging. No, but I think, like, because it is just these little bits, you know, and then, you know, it's not the whole blanket that we're doing like this. So I think it really is worth it to get these extra color splashes. It is fun. So it's just for a tiny bit of each row, right? And you decide how much of it you do, really. You can just do a few. You can do it organized or disorganized, like I obviously did. Okay, and that's the end of the row here. Okay. Lovely. That was the first row with the new color. On we go. So now we're working color B, the pattern color. And that row is always just really, you're just working it normally. The only thing we're going to do is that when we get to our color splashes, we're going to take this and that is lying here on the left side. And we're going to move it to the right and work over it so that it is on the right side when we get to the Intarsia bit in the next row, right? So we just do this here all normally, really. And so this is also, I was just talking about the breaks that we get from him. So this is also why I like it. Like it's fine to do it just once in a while, right? And then you always get 1 row in between where you're not doing the double colors, and it's, I don't know, I had great fun working with it anyway, so I hope that you do too. but you do get a breather in between, sort of. Okay. So now I'm here like 2 stitches before my color, and then I'm going to take my tail of the color splash here, and I'm just going to lay it like this, just like when we're working over ants. Yeah, just lay it here on the back, and I'm going to work around it. You see? So do 1 single crochet here, and then I do a double crochet. The double crochet can't really go around it, it's just the single crochets. Okay, and then I'm going to work over these 3 stitches here. I feel it's always like out of focus. I'm going to work and put this extra band here, the color splash yarn here, up on my hook and work over it. So we're hiding it from the back and we're moving it to the right side. Okay, see, now I worked over my tail and it is now on the right side here, so ready to be used. And then we yarn over here and do, and then just the rest of the row is normal, you see? Do-do-do. Nothing happening here, just the basic mosaic stitch that we all know and love. Okay. So that was the first pattern color row after we did our color splash, and like you can see here, I worked over my tail and moved it to the right, so it is here at the right spot when we start the next row. All good. Okay, so I went ahead and started our row here with color A. It was just all normal according to the pattern. So I'm working with my gray here, which is my main color, color A, and here I'm getting, you see here, there's 1 and 2 stitches here before my color splash starts again, okay? Because I'm going to do these 3 stitches here in brown for the color splash. So 2 stitches before, I'm going to insert my hook here, start the first single crochet, and then I'm going to drop my gray yarn, and I'm going to pick up my brown yarn, which I had already moved to the right spot in last row, right? And we're going to finish it with the brown, okay? And just keep it all nice and tucked here and tight. And we're going to work over this tail here because we want to move this one here to the left side, right? So the next one is just a single crochet, and that one we do around the gray, like so, 1 single crochet, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets for the color splash. Okay, so we couldn't work around this one. I'll work around that one in the next row as well to hide it. And now we have finished this here. We have 1 more brown here to go. I'm going to do the beginning of this single crochet here around the gray, and just pull our brown yarn up. We're going to drop the brown yarn and finish it with the main color, like so. And tuck at the brown, and I always like to do the first single crochet after around the brown, the extra color, just to sort of, it's just, I don't know, it gives me a sense of comfort. I don't need much. Okay, and now we drop the brown and we continue for the rest of the row just normally as before. You see, so it looks like this. And now we have this here tail. Just take care when you're doing this, when you have the tail here in the back, we're going to work over it later, not to keep it too tight. You always have to sort of, you know, take care to have that nice and loose, loosey goosey. Yeah, I'll just finish this on camera, like it's just a few stitches. So the rest of the row is normal. The coast is clear. And this is actually perfect. Like I used, you can get the colorways. There are 3 colorways plus the the two-colored one included in the pattern. But this is really perfect for scraps, you guys. You could use, like, you can buy the two main colors, A and B, and then you could just use all your scraps to put in different kinds of color splashes. Oh, such fun, such fun. And just all kinds of colors. I mean, this, yeah, it's really worth it. It really is worth it. I mean, it's a bit of a, you know, it's a bit fiddly, I will give you that, but it's so worth it for all the colors. I mean, yeah, let's go. I'm all in with the Danish accent. All in. Okay, talk less, work more. We finished the second row here of the color splashes. Bye-bye. Okay, so now it's the color B, and I just started the row here, nothing happening, all just normal mosaic crochet. And now when we get to this part here, to our color splash bit, then we are going to do the following. We're going to take the tail here on the left. Of course, if you're left-handed, it's just the other way around. Then you're taking it from left to right instead of left to, no, then you're taking it from right to left. We're taking it here from the left, and we're going to move it up here. So, oops, sorry, camera in between. Move it up here so that it will pop up at the right spot here in the next row, right? And so now we do one double crochet here. And then I'm going to work around the brown, you see. And for these three in the middle here, because we couldn't work around this, I'm going to work around that as well, just to hide it. So I'm just going to pop these both here up on my hook, you see. Hope this is clear enough. So I insert my hook into the back loop here, and I'm going to take care that both the gray and the brown are up on my hook, and I'm going to work around these here two strands on the back side so that they are covered up. Okay, now I've worked around all the white, you see, it's totally disappeared. I mean, you can see these here tiny little stitches, but that's just to show that this is handmade. And then we do one more here around the brown as well, you see. And then we do a double crochet and continue normally. And really, like, these rows are you know, you're not doing very much, you're just moving all your color splash threads to the right side so they're at the right spot for the next row, and sometimes covering up as well from the row before if you couldn't cover that up. The color A, like the gray one here now. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now, and you see from the back it looks quite neat. Okay, so off we go. Yeah, there are what, 2 more color splashes rows left. On we go. Now we're in color A again, so we're going to do the color splash. I just started the row here, and I was going to do this one, but then I thought I'd show you with these here, the little diamonds, the tiny diamonds. I like to sometimes work this here as a front post double crochet. Like here you can actually see the difference. This is if you just work it normally, and this is if you work it as a front post. I think it's kind of neater, but anyways, just thought I'd show you. It's not part of this technique really, but when you want to do it with the front post, then you just yarn over, and instead of going into this front loop here, you just go under and work around the double crochet. And when you do this, you just want to give it like an extra bit of, just a bit of a slack here so that it doesn't ripple like so. It is a bit neater, but I mean, this is a total detail, although they do say the devil's in them. So that was just a bit of an extra. Okay, so now we're getting to our color splash fun bit, and we do here, we're going to be doing this one. I was fine. So what is the first one that I do? I do this one here as the color splash. So 1 and 2 before I introduce it. So I have one more here, and then 2 stitches before my first color blast is here. Color blast splash. So it's getting like more extreme. It's here. So 1 and 2 stitches before that pops up. So here I start with my gray and I finish with my brown, which is here conveniently enough, just at the right spot, just for me. Feels so special. And you finish it with the brown like this, yeah? I mean, it's just the same as we've been doing for the other rows, but I'm just going to show you this whole diamond. Just in case, to hold your hand, I mean, we can chat. So this is a single crochet here. And the reason I do it like 2 before, really, because this is the first here. I want to have this color actually one whole stitch before this pops up. It's just neater. Don't ask me why, but it's just neater to have one whole stitch before you start with the color splash, yeah? So 2 before, I start with the gray, finish with the brown, and then I get one whole stitch here in the brown, which won't really show because the green will go over it. And now we're going to do 3 double crochets, and again we have to leave the gray without working around it in the back, but that's okay because we're gonna fix that in the next row with the green. Okay, here we can work the last stitch here over our gray, and just remember, always just take care, like you don't want this to be tight. Like in these, the small ones, it's not so dangerous. It's highly dangerous. Crazy dangerous crochet. It's not so well, dangerous. Yeah, I'll stick with it. But in the bigger ones, you really have to take care to have these a bit loosey-goosey here in the back, because otherwise it just wants to sort of be like, you know, just gets balled up and stressed, and, you know, it's not good. So just leaving this to lie here naturally, you know, and then we work one around it here. And we're going to finish it with this one, yeah? Like so. And tuck at this, and then work one stitch over the brown to secure it and feel nice. And then we just finish the row as before with just the, yeah. I don't really have to do the rest of the row with you. Okay, and this looks like this now. And now again we have this one here on the left side, which is not where we want it, so we'll fix that, and we'll also work over this tail in the next row. Okay, so this was the 1, 2, 3. Now we've done 3 rows of the color splash and almost done. Okay, we're again here back with color B, and it's really the same as before, but what the heck, I'll show you. So now we're here 1 stitch before the color splash, and we're going to take our brown tail, we're going to put it over to the right. Again, if left-handed, it's all just mirrored. And we're going to work around our little tail here just to move it to the right side. And so here comes 1 single crochet around our tail, and now it will pop up here. And then we do 1 double crochet. And then when we work over the next 3 stitches, we're going to take both tails here, work over the brown and the gray. So here, put them both up on your hook, you see. And just work normal single crochets around these. The brown one is to move it to the right, and the gray one is to hide it from the back, which we have now done. And then we do 1 double crochet and 1 single. I usually will get 1 more in here around the brown, you see, like so. And then the rest of the row is just clear sailing and just finishing. It was really quite fun to work on this blanket. I wish I could do more of my, like, I usually like to make them like 2 times, but I cannot never justify, like, I should always be moving on and making something new. But this one was really actually quite fun, and I would really want to do one with scraps. I mean, it would just be amazing. Maybe I'll just do another design that you use that idea, because it's just like you could get all the colors you want in there. I mean, it's a bit magical, tedious magic. And dangerous crochet, that's what we're doing here. Okay, so last and final row of the color splash. So in these medium-sized diamonds here, it's just 4 rows of the color splashes here. So I've worked my way up to the point where this is just going to be 1 double crochet here with the brown, and so 2 stitches before I stop and I do half of the first single crochet here with the gray, pick up my brown, finish with the brown, tidy the white or the gray, and put that here on the back, and I'm going to work over it. Now I can work over it, okay? So here I'm going to work over it, a single crochet, then I do 1 double crochet, and I feel it's quite all right. Even if it's just 1 double crochet, then it's okay to leave it on the back, okay? And then 1 single crochet here, switch to the main color, tuck at the brown, and then work 1 stitch over it here. And now we're just finished with the brown, actually. So that's it, right? Yeah. So we're just gonna leave that hanging there. I had a bit of a tail extra, yeah. And but it's always good to have a bit extra. And you can obviously just keep it on the ball, but it's a bit like when you're working a big blanket, then it really is a lot easier to just have this tail here hanging than the whole ball, right? And I mean, you can always join. If you have too short of a tail, it's not the end of the world. It's not what we would call dangerous crochet. Yes. This is going well. I knew I'd have fun once I started again. Oh, it's been such a battle to get back into the video game, you guys. Oh my God. But I knew I would. Yeah, I just have to get going. And I love making these. I mean, it's fun. Apparently, I find myself very hilarious. Choo-choo. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. And then we're just going to frame it up with the green, and then we can work over this tail as well. And I could have worked over this one. Oh, I forgot to work over this one. But usually I just work over this one here with the green at the beginning, and this one here with the green at the end, and then there are actually no tails to weave in with these extra color splashes. Like, usually just work right over your tails, like I'm going to show you now once we frame it up. And so this is just a normal color B row here. Up. And yeah, the pattern is available on Ravelry. I will be doing the other, I have a tapestry crochet mixed with mosaic crochet on my channel already, but I want to do a special one for GLERBROT specifically because you've been asking about it, and it's just nice, and apparently I love making videos. So here we get up to this point here, you see, and it's just normal. And now, once I finish this here, I'm going to take my tail from the brown here and just work over a few stitches, and that'll be enough. Yeah, what I was going to say is, once I publish this video, I will put in the caption below the discount code. So we'll do a little promo now to celebrate the fact that I'm doing videos again, and I'll put 25% discount on the pattern if you want. Obviously, this is a technique you can use in all kinds of mosaic patterns, so it's not only for this pattern of mine, of course not. This is just generally how you mix Intarsia with mosaic and have such fun while doing it, apparently. And voila. And there you go, all framed up, the new color. And then obviously you just continue working normally, and this is what you get. Oh, and I didn't even talk about it in the intro. I was so excited in the garden, and the dog was going crazy. That you can also do, let us see here. Yep. So the pattern is both that you can have these extra color splashes, and then you have loads of different patterns to put inside of the diamonds as well, sort of like the queen. It's sort of like a sister pattern for the queen. It's the queen reconstructed. Queen 2.0. Oh. So these are all just basic mosaic, and you can mix that with a color as well. Didn't I do any like that? Yeah, like this one, for example. You see? So you can do a color splash and the mosaic pattern, or you can just do just the mosaic, no, just the color splash, or just the mosaic pattern. So it's lots of room to play in this pattern, and I really just actually very much like it, and I'm very happy with it, and I hope this helped. Again, so very happy to be back in the video game, you guys. Oh my god. So this was it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby. Big mama out.